Danville Boyle County Board of Adjustments. We will call the meeting to order, and the first order of business is to approve the minutes from the previous meeting. All righty, we got a motion by Jim, second by Lonnie. Any discussion? All in favor? All righty. Minutes approved. We have one public hearing this evening. Nosa Farms LLC has applied for a conditional use permit to operate a short-term rental at 4391 Stanford Road, Boyle County. Property is currently zoned agricultural. And Michaela, we will hand it over to you to tell us all about it.
Sounds good. Yep. Like you said, Nosa Farms has applied for a CUP to operate a short-term rental at 4391 Stanford Road, Boyle County. So it's this. Hey, Mike. I'll wait a second and let Mike get up here. You're all good. Yep. All right. Yeah, so sorry, it's a little bit hard to see on the screen, but this is kind of an odd shaped lot. It's, got this long flag coming off of Stanford Road here, and then they've got this area back here cut out from the bigger part of their farm that they also own. And so the parcel that we're looking at is 13 acres. It's zoned ag as well as all the surrounding properties there. This is kind of a picture from the road, so you can see, if you couldn't tell from the parcel, that it's pretty far set back where the houses are going to be. This is a picture of the actual property. So this is the main residence here. And then this is the accessory apartment, as we call it in our zoning ordinance. So they're looking to operate the short-term rental in the accessory apartment. It's approximately 500 square feet, is that right, I believe? And so they're looking at having one bedroom, a max of 2 guests on the property. Sorry, I've got proposed conditions here somewhere. Parking space will be provided off-street, obviously. Max rental, 29 days. Change of use zoning permit would be required, and no additional commercial uses would be allowed on the site. Those are proposed conditions that I'm showing, but as part of our findings, one of the things that the zoning ordinance asks us to look at is surrounding properties and, how many other short-term rentals we have in the area. When I looked on Airbnb, I just saw two listings in the general vicinity. The property's back in here somewhere. Sorry, I should have drawn it on there, but so it's up to the board to determine if that's too many or not. The zoning ordinance doesn't really give us a lot of guidance on that. It's kind of to your discretion. But that's really all I have. Findings required for the CUP. It's just that it's not detrimental to the public health, safety, or welfare of the zone in which it's proposed. Use will not contribute to an overburdening of municipal services. Use will not result in increased traffic congestion, additional parking problems, etc., and that the use meets the other requirements of this ordinance. When I reviewed it, I felt the way that they were proposing the use, it was in line with what we're looking at for our specific use standards. One thing to consider is that, not since I've been here have we looked at an accessory apartment for a short-term rental in the ag district. So it's just, something to consider how we want to view that. But there's nothing in the ordinance that says that they can't do it. So if you feel it's an appropriate CUP, that's what we'd be looking at. So is there any questions for me on this? All right.
Thank you, Michaela. We would like to offer the applicants a chance to get up and speak if you want to about it.
Good evening. Thank you. I'm Tony DaCosta from Nosa Farms. The property is, we really run a commercial farm. The reason, it was a old building that we renovated, we basically redid completely new. The initial idea is to use it as a guest house for our guests, but also with that, we'd like to use it for other Verbo, Airbnb and such. We are approximately 3,300 feet from the road. Everything is serviced. It has its own parking. There's like a circle where the guys could drive in. And I don't know, I don't think there should be any issues. Noise or complaints from neighbors, our closest neighbor, I don't think is closer than about 1,000 feet, so, which is one of the guys we bought the property from. And obviously, if we do have noise or any unruly guests, we'd adhere to the normal Airbnb standards. You know, the first point of call would for us to speak with the guest, and obviously, if that's not resolved, go through the normal violations warning system of the Airbnb or whichever rental agency we use, and then obviously try not to get those guests further on. I do think there is possibly a market for this, a demand for it. It is a working farm, and this is sort of off from the working farm. If you guys have any further questions, I'd be glad to answer anything. Currently, not really, no. It has got it's a staircase leading into the property. It'd be kind of difficult to make it handicap. I wouldn't say difficult to make it a handicap accessible. It's just not going to be as sightly as what it is now. Yeah, thank you.
That's all we got for you. Anybody here, anybody else here like to speak? No? Anybody here to speak against the conditional use permit? Any questions for staff, property owners? Anybody want to make a motion?
I make a motion to approve conditional use permit for short-term rental facility located at 4391 Stanford Road with the conditions set forth above.
Second by Mike? Is that right? Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Just to ask that we make a finding that it won't adversely impact the surrounding properties, specifically because of the distance from surrounding residences and the low guest occupancy won't have an adverse impact on the surroundings. Is that acceptable to your motion? Thank you.
Mike, you okay with that? All righty. Anybody? Call for question? All righty. All in favor? No opposed? All righty. There you go. Yep. Yeah, good luck with that. It's a nice looking place. Beautiful. Yeah.
I wish I would run across the board you did.
All righty, moving on. Any old business?
I don't have any.
All righty. Any new business?
Nope.
All righty. I would like to, at this point, entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Lonnie, second by Jim. All in favor? Thank you all. Have a great evening.